Caroline?
Yes.
Caroline?
Yes.
Where art thou, statins?
Do you need them?
No, but apparently 8 million people do in the United Kingdom. Did you know that, Dan?
They do. I read the article.
Oh, you read? She shared this article with me.
Yeah,
I thought it was quite interesting, and I thought I'd share it with you. Yeah, about statins, and drugs in general. Not them kind of drugs. I know what you're thinking, though. No cannabis, no cocaine. No, definitely not crack cocaine. Anyway, no. Anyway, we're going to ask Michael Go for that. He'll supply us. Or Johnny Mercer, either them two, they'll know where to get it from.
We're talking about prescribed drugs.
Prescribed drugs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about prescribed drugs. Okay, that makes it a little bit less exciting, doesn't it, I suppose? Well, statins. Unfortunately, for the pharmacies, they're struggling to get the statins at the moment for a variety of different reasons. One is, well, they're out of pocket every time they buy it. For the patient or the person with the prescription, and the other thing is it's it's hard to get hold of. Yeah, it's always out of stock, and because of supply and demand, the price of these statins, which are the drugs used to keep your blood pressure low or get your blood pressure low. Did you know it, Dan?
Blood pressure.
Oh, I did it again.
Cholesterol.
Oh, dear. You say cholesterol. I say blood pressure. Cholesterol. No, that's warfarin. That's warfarin for your blood pressure, Dan. Thin your blood.
Cholesterol.
Yeah, they give you rat poison, basically.
Cholesterol.
So it's cholesterol. Thanks for correcting me again. Yeah. So anyway, I'll just let you know, we've already made this video once and I realised the microphones were off. They're still on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Still a little bit of light on. Oh, that's handy.
We're fine.
Yeah, I went into sleep mode because I was differing and fiddling about when I was done.
Anyhow, this drug used to be 49p.
49p for a packet of atorvastatin. Was it atorvastatin? It's called. It's a statin anyway, but it's yeah, the drug is called atorvastatin. That's a funny old name.
Anyhow,
anyway,
it was 49p,
atorvastatin.
And the pharmacies used to get paid 1.59 for it.
Yeah.
Now I think it's gone up to 5.39. Is it?
Yes, it's jumped up to 5.39. And that's not the only drug. There's lots of drugs now that are more expensive than they ever were before.
So obviously the pharmacies are not getting enough money to cover the drugs.
Because what the pharmacies really, they're glorified tax collectors really, aren't they?
I suppose they are really, because they cost $9.65 each item on the NHS, I believe.
Oh right, yeah, you know more about it than I do.
And if you're over 60, you get it for free, and if you're under 18 and in education, you get it for free.
You're saying that I wouldn't?
Pregnant and women get it for about a year when they're pregnant.
I think you're missing something there, darling. You've got all 3 dogs, but I think you're missing something.
Most people have to pay.
Okay, most people have to pay, and it's $9.65 for prescription. What
for
if you live
one
in Scotland?
thing, one item. Ooh,
How does that work?
I think you told me that was free.
Yeah. If you live in Scotland, you get your medication free. Your prescriptions are free. So that's what you've got to do, you see. You all got to head to Scotland. Yeah. And then there'll be an even bigger shortage of people to work in the UK. Well, there isn't just statins. There's other drugs as well that they've got shortages of. We've got amoxicillin. That's quite a common one at the moment, problems with. Well, prices have all gone through the roof as well.
I think we've got a shortage of amoxicillin in France.
That we have.
Things.
Not all antibiotics, mainly amoxicillin. And also in the UK there's quite a big shortage of antivirals. But that's clearly to do with stocks being driven down by COVID, isn't it really, I thought?
I don't know.
Antivirals. So we're using antivirals for COVID.
Yeah.
Recovery of COVID and what have you.
Yeah.
Oh, look, are the sheep in there? There's sheep in that field over there, have you seen?
I mean, we've been quite lucky. Well, I don't think we've actually had COVID, have we, really?
Oh, I don't know. Had you? That's the next best thing.
We just sort of kept ourselves to ourselves and we're careful.
Yeah, we're kind of isolated here. We're in our own bubble, aren't we, really?
Yeah, very little bubble.
Do you know what we were supposed to do, though? Go for a walk with a face mask on with the cows.
Yeah.
I think that idea.
We never did.
No, obviously not.
We just had it on our arm, just in case.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid. Ventilation.
Anyhow, we're talking about this drug supply, aren't we?
Yeah, so it's caused some big problems in Ireland as well. The DUP have been kicking off as well about it because what's happening is the drugs have been sourced not from Great Britain, rest of the United Kingdom, they've been sourced from the EU instead. People having to, the pharmacies in Northern Ireland to say, hang on, we can't get it from you, so now we're getting it from them. That's what they're doing. They're saying we're going to get it from the EU instead. No, of course not, because the prices are lower for a start. The cost of importing drugs into the United Kingdom is extremely difficult. And with that in mind, also, not just the cost of importing the drugs, there's been a massive downturn in the amount of drugs that are being authorised in the United Kingdom, new drugs and what have you.
Okay. They
could be for the same things, but they could be just new brands or new variations of, and they're taking a lot longer. This is ironic, it's taking a lot longer to get these drugs authorised in the United Kingdom than it is in the EU. Now, during the pandemic, didn't they take Brexit as like a win? It saved all these lives, it did, because we could get our vaccines authorised quicker than we could if we were in the EU. In fact, there was only like 2 weeks in it, wasn't it? About 2 weeks in it?
Yes.
That wasn't very long.
I definitely prefer to be here. I feel safer here.
I can understand that. Because Carol's went through procedures recently, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Yeah. No, I did.
Well, you had the camera up there in the urethra. Urethra.
No,
it's not eureka.
To look at my
or urethra.
bladder and my kidneys.
Yeah, and it's all inflamed, all red and that, nasty in there.
I've got a blocked duct.
This poor thing's got an STI.
No, I haven't.
You've got an STI?
I haven't. I've got an infection which doesn't seem to be clearing up, and I've got a blocked duct.
Blocked duct, yeah. There's a crab stuck in there.
No, it isn't.
Got
and only one of my kidneys is working.
Yeah, but it was blocked. It can't work properly because it can't.
That's not working.
It can't empty itself properly.
My left kidney's not working at all, so I'm running on one kidney at the moment. So I've now got to be on antibiotics for 6 months.
He didn't actually say it wasn't working, did he? Did he? Oh dear.
He said it wasn't working at all.
Because it's not got no throughput.
You can't go through.
It's blocked.
Yes.
So at the moment you've got a very strong dose of antibiotics.
Yes, for 6 months.
And now you've got like you've got pretty bad thrush now, haven't you, darling?
No, I haven't. I'm going to start them on Monday. And then if it doesn't work in January, I've got to have an operation to unblock the duct and put a valve in.
It's scary, but at least you know what it is now.
Well, no, it's very quick here. I mean,
it was very quick.
Yeah.
So how quick was it in getting your scan?
How quick was it? Wait a minute. Since I've been back, I've only been back 4 weeks.
No, what I mean is in the scan, when you had the scan.
Oh, the scan? Oh, actually, I apparently turned up 20 minutes early, because we got there a bit early, but the nurse was waiting for me and she took me through to get changed, and that was like an operating theatre.
That's quite a major thing they were doing, weren't it?
That was, yeah.
They had goggles on and everything.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. And
all the head up was all greasy.
All the stuff up so you can't see. And anyhow, but I was all finished by 15 minutes after when my appointment was supposed to be. So within 35 minutes I was finished.
For that procedure?
For that.
So
and then the doctor came to speak to me about 5 minutes later. He just got changed and he'd come to speak to me and my friend for about 5 minutes later.
This is the thing, is you don't need to... Often in the UK, because I remember I had things done, what have you.
Oh, you don't get the results.
You don't get the results. So you're in tenterhooks, aren't you?
No, he told me in there. He says I have found something, but get dressed and I'll meet you and discuss it.
Yeah. So you get to know what is wrong with you when you leave. That's so.
That is a relief.
Exactly. How many people think, oh God, is it cancer? Is it this? Is it that? You imagine the mental torment that must cause. That's a good point. Where is? Oh, it's there.
Come on then, guys. Let's
a little boy's down there.
Anyhow, so hopefully.
Where is he? Oh, he's there somewhere. Oh, there he is.
I'm a bit concerned about taking antibiotics for 6 months. I don't know if anyone else has had experience with that.
Yeah, that's a long one of antibiotics. You kind of worry about the your friendly bacteria and stuff like that. You just
and they make me so tired already.
Stuff
they
like
take me so tired.
And you need sauerkraut. You love sauerkraut, don't you?
No.
No, I see.
I've got some.
Cabbage.
What's it called? What my friend gave me?
Kefir. Yeah, you grow it in a jar. I think it's ready.
No, it's not. I've got one already.
Oh, you've got one already. Oh, you got okay. Fine.
There's one in the fridge, and there's one making at the moment.
There's no problem, though, wasn't there, with these pharmacies? Because of this situation, the pharmacies well, they're closing one after the other. They are.
Oh, you said.
Yeah.
You see, 400 closed.
Yeah, quite a lot.
I thought you said
the
400.
largest pharmacy chains in England. It's on my notes here. On notes. including Boots and Lloyds. You know, they're quite well-known names in the UK, aren't they?
Yep.
Well, some 418. Oh, what are you digging? 418 pharmacies are actually closing in the United Kingdom. This was last year, while only 308 actually opened. What's he looking for?
Well, no, he's dug a hole.
Has he?
He's got his nose in a hole.
He's got a nose in the hole. I've got to
Look.
finish cutting this grass, darling.
Look,
Machine conked out the other day there.
he's got his nose right in a hole.
He's eating something. What's he got eating in there? What, in the hole? What's he found?
He's gone down quite a way, about
Oh, okay. Let's not get
a
into
mole in the hole.
Yeah, so that's quite worrying. Is that the a mole in the hole? Won't be the first time. What door is the one for eating moles? This one down there. Her. She throws them in the air and gobbles them and gobbles them a hole. She's quite funny.
Wally, what are you doing?
So also with the problem with Northern Ireland, so it's diverging from Great Britain in terms of drugs, what have you, to the EU. And what was the other point? Well, we watched a documentary, didn't we, on I think it was on Channel 4 News about it as well. Pharmacies are struggling, but this is a multitude of problems. So what's happening is now, they collect the £9.65 per item. But when crikey, this is the other thing, £9.65 per item. But look how much they're actually paying for this stuff. Now, whenever we get our prescriptions, darling, you get a little printout, don't you?
We do.
Get a little printout and it tells you how much these actual drugs cost.
Yes.
Now, I'm sort of a mild asthmatic, aren't I?
Yeah.
Sort of, yes, probably living here with all this hay. But my Ventolin inhaler costs, was it €20?
I wasn't Ventolin.
That's one
something like that.
It's
€21.
€21, right? So that obviously the pharmacies, you'd hope that they would get that all back plus a bit of profit. Obviously that's the price paid in France.
Yeah,
It might be more, it might be less in the UK.
Yeah, but your tablets for your thyroid
Thyroid tablets, my Thyroxine,
are only £1.69.
only £1.69. Yeah, but they get all that money back.
Yeah.
It's not a repayment scheme like you got in the UK.
No.
So they collect the £9.65. It goes to the NHS or to the coffers.
And if it's a
of the
cheap
government.
drug, then they make a load of money.
And no, the government does.
Oh, the government.
No, the government does, not the pharmacy. The pharmacy doesn't get.
Oh, I thought it went to the NHS.
You're missing the point. It goes £9.65.
Yeah.
All right, it's taken by the pharmacy.
Yeah.
Paid. If someone knows if I'm making a mistake here, but it's actually quite difficult to find this stuff out. Actually, wasn't it? But the way it seems to me, the £9.65 is taken by the pharmacy, sent to the government, and the government, with that prescription, pays the agreed amount for the drug,
Right.
which generally is more than what the drug costs, normally, or it should be, so the pharmacy then makes a profit.
Yes.
But the rest of the money that's left over from the £9.65
Yes.
goes to the NHS.
Oh, okay.
The difference being, though, Caroline, you might get the Ventolin inhalers or the asthma drugs or the more expensive drugs, and then the NHS is out of pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
They would be. Yeah.
But that would also depend on how much the agreed amount the NHS is paying for the drug.
Mm.
If it's obviously more than the prescription cost, well, then the NHS is out of pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. We don't
It just
really
seems
know,
like
though, do we?
if anyone knows I've got that wrong, I'll be interested to know, obviously, leave it in the comments, but it seems like a bit of an odd system to me because it seems a bit ad hoc and a bit kind of random. Often it's not going to work. It's not actually going to...
Well, sometimes
fund the
at work, and
drugs.
sometimes at work, and they get a lot of profit, and sometimes they've got to be in deficit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because of an inhaler maybe cost £20, and they've only getting like £9.65 for it, so they're nearly £10 out of pocket.
Well, I watched a little video clip of an American geezer, darling.
Yeah.
And
walk this
he
way.
normally has to get his prescription drug, Ventolin in this case, sort of blue Ventolin inhaler. It costs $240.
Oh, not 21.
No, not 21, $240. And when he visited the UK and he needed ones, and they give him one, he managed to get one, it was actually about 15 quid here, 15 or 16 pounds. So there's a massive difference, So we definitely don't want privatisation, do we?
No.
No, definitely not. Keep your NHS. But it needs to be run properly. It we need to start thinking about how we can save some money. And the biggest way to save money I can see at the moment is procurement. Procurement is just, well, it's just mental. Makes no sense whatsoever. It's just the privatise. You got the
So could they do the same? Could they do the same system with hair?
Would it work here? Work in the UK? What we've got here? I don't think so. Because it's a partly funded system, isn't it? It works differently.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to change the NHS funding model. We just need to get them more money. And one way of doing that is to save money.
Yeah.
You coming, Wally? Oh, they're all hot. It's hot and muggy it is. Yeah, they need to save money, but they can do it through procurement. So at the moment, they're paying way over the odds for everything. Ludicrous amount of money for stuff. And that makes no logical sense whatsoever. Oh, I don't want that. Try to give me dog treats. Woof.
Don't wag your tail.
Oh, I'll wag my tail. Oh, there we go. Wag my tail. Ah, that's a good boy.
Well, what do they drink? Oh,
That's any water. That happens to be in a lid.
what's the lid I found in there? I did have a tidy up in there.
So, I don't know what you've done. I think I'm quite thankful to be here because all seems to be going to pot in the United Kingdom, wouldn't you say? The health service, the pharmacies.
I don't actually know if I'd be here if I was in the United Kingdom.
You reckon? No. I don't know. Once you get in there, I think they're pretty good.
No, I meant when I had that sepsis hair.
Yeah.
How quick they were because they found it on blood tests.
That's a good point. That's a valid point.
Didn't
Anyway,
know.
how are our peaches doing? Oh, look, the peaches.
No, I'm not very happy.
And they're falling off.
There's lots of falling off.
I won't be too worried, darling, because if we look up there, there is
Masses.
a lot of peaches on that tree.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose some of them, obviously.
Yeah, and how do we get rid of this weed?
Get you to pick it. Get on the hands and knees. Oh my God, my phone's gone off again. I need to do something about this. Anyway, it's time to go.
Oh, you can say goodbye.
I think so. What do you say?
Bye.
Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can do that on...
Buy me a coffee.
Oh.
Membership.
All the memberships.
Patreon. Merch.
What do you mean merch?
Merch. Buy a t-shirt. Buy a mug.
I'm interviewing you now.
Buy a dog treat.
Madam Kett, are you the most lucky woman in the world? Because people keep saying they feel sorry for Caroline.
You're not that bad.
Anyway, it's time for us to go, my darling. So, you reckon we ought to go?
Yeah.
Yeah? I've got to get ready for my live stream, haven't I? Mm-hmm. I've got to get makeup on and stuff. Yeah. What do you reckon? Weeds. Oh no, weeds. Let's get the vinegar out. And the salt. So, yeah, anyway. I hope you'll have a lovely day. Go for a walk or something. It's good for you, and maybe you won't need that medication. Or the statins. Yeah. Diet. No, diet's a good idea. Are you trying to tell me something?
Diet and exercise.
She's definitely trying to tell me something now, isn't she? Yeah. Am I too fat? I feel so unloved. They can't hear you. You know they can't hear you because you've got the microphone over here.
That's not necessarily all your fault. You do have a problem with your thyroid, which makes it very difficult for you to lose weight.
Great
so
excuse.
the doctor said.
So an advocate for my excuses. Anyway, time for us to go because I have to tell you though, so ta-ta.